When it came time to find voice artists for the show, Dad was very keen to use an actress he had worked with previously on The Adventures of Twizzle, an actress you and I, Richard, have also worked with, and a great joy it was too.
Ah, yes.
Denise Bryer.
Yes!
And of course, the reason we've worked together with her is because she would later play Zelda in Terrorhawks and brought back Zelda for the 2014, 15 and 16 series with Big Finish.
Yeah.
So, Dad went round to Denise's to try out some character voices, and of course, at Denise's house was her then husband, the late great Nicholas Parsons.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, someone was needed to read in voices for the other characters to give something for Denise to play off. But rather than continue letting Dad read in as the part of Tex Tucker, which you can imagine was, not
I'd like to hear that.
Not powerfully performed, I would imagine. Anyway,
do the tapes exist anyway?
I don't think so, thankfully, as much as it would have been interesting to hear them.
Yeah.
Of course, Nicholas Parsons leapt in and offered his services, just for the reading in, of course. At the end of the session, Dad said, well, we've found some great voices from Denise, but I think we've also found our Tex Tucker. Obviously meaning Nicholas.
Imagine.
And obviously, he was absolutely right. If you've ever seen Four Feather Falls, Nicholas is superb as Tex Tucker and several other characters, and went on to collaborate with Dad on several other projects over the next few years, including the Blue Cars travel ads and various other bits and pieces. But that also opens up a slightly interactive element of this Fab Fact.
Oh, right.
In that Denise and Nicholas weren't the only married couple to have worked on an Anderson show. There were quite a few others, obviously, like Dad and Sylvia, or Martin Landau and Barbara Bain.
Yeah.
But also a few other less well-known ones. Now, for instance, UFO casting director Rose Tobias Shaw was married to actor Maxwell Shaw, who appeared in 4 episodes of the show as Dr. Schroeder. Space 1999 Year 2 costume designer Emma Porteous was married to actor Peter Porteous, who played Moonbase Alpha's weapons officer, Petrov, in 3 whole episodes.
Right.
Sometimes you'll find married actors who appeared in the same Anderson show but not in the same episode, such as Julian Glover and Isla Blair, who each appeared in different episodes of Space 1999, as did Brian Blessed and Hildegard Neal.
Right.
Presumably there were other married couples where each partner worked on an Anderson show at one time. So if you know of any other notable examples, please do email us, podcast@gerryanderson.co.uk. And similarly, but also kind of opposite to it at the same time, sometimes people even got married after working on an Anderson show together. For example, there's a rumour that Space Precinct Assistant Editor Charlotte Serple actually ended up marrying a member of the cast.
Oh,
Richard,
really?
could you cast any light on that? Shed any light on it?
Charlotte Serple, that does ring a bell. She worked on Space Precinct, you say?
I believe so, yes.
I have no idea. I wonder who she ended up marrying.
God,
she probably asked herself that a few times herself, yes.
Well, of course.
Nice.
I doubt that your love story is the only one that took place. And of course, as Leo Eaton...
What, Space Precinct?
Yes.
Really?
Well,
there are others?
Not on Space Precinct, but other Anderson shows. I mean,
I see.
Leo Eaton mentioned in his interview that he was fired for amorous relations on UFO,
That's right.
for example.
That's true.
Not quite the same. But yes, if you do know of any other examples, Spotron, do email us podcast@gerryanderson.co.uk, and we'd love to hear your answers, thoughts, and analyses of this topic of married Anderson folk.
But that's interesting, Jamie. You mentioned that your dad went to see Denise Bryer, and obviously Nicholas Parsons was there and read in, and at the end of that sort of audition, he said, well, I've also found my Tex Tucker.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, it'd be a couple of years ago now, you invited me in to read in for Colin Baker in one of your Doctor Who scripts, A Big Finish.
Yes, was that Hour of the Cybermen? No.
Yeah.
Was it that? It was, wasn't it?
Yes. So, I'm wondering then, am I now going to get the call to play
Colin Baker?
Yeah.
I think Colin Baker might have something to say about that, but... as soon as that's done, possibly. I mean, we'll have to ask Nick Briggs very nicely, won't we?
No, let's not forget I even mentioned it.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bit weird planning Colin's demise at this early stage. Anyway, there you go. If you've got any thoughts or answers, do email us as requested. But for now, I think that brings us to the end of this week's
Marriage Fact.